Hello everybody and welcome back to an Idiot's Road to Glory, where it has been a few days since I uploaded a video, mostly because I was playing FUT Champs. So apologies that it's been quite a while. What I usually do is upload or rather record videos on like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday that go up on at least Saturday, and some weeks we do skip Sunday. And then we get back into it on Monday, and we might skip one day of the weekend. But while I'm playing FUT Champs, I've already got videos recorded to go up. And then Monday's video is a catch-up on how we did in FUT Champs. However, last week, unfortunately, well, I say unfortunately, it was really good fun. I went to Dortmund and filmed with Borussia Dortmund. So I was in Germany for a couple of days and basically just didn't get ahead for Saturday and Sunday. And then yesterday just wasn't feeling too good after that. I went out and filmed a new car video with Paul Wallace from Supercars of London. And then I was just feeling pretty terrible and didn't get this video up. But it is up today. We're back into it. We've got nothing to do this week apart from play football for Tackle Africa tomorrow. So I'm a bit up the wall, but we're going to grind out the Road to Glory videos and get them back on track and just smash some FUT Champs, because we actually did really well last week. You might have seen it on my Twitter, but today I'm going to catch you guys up on what we've done. We're going to kick it off, of course, with the squad, as you can see, and kick it off with comment of the day, who was, to be honest, basically everyone. But the two top comments were Matthew Davitt and Peregrine92, who said use the hybrids, and that is exactly what we did. We bought Thiago Silva, we used Armunier, we bought Ruffier, who I am very much debating getting the inform for, because he's good, but he's only 7k and his inform does look a fair bit better. But then is it informs like 80,000 coins? Maybe that should be commented today. Should I spend 80k on inform Ruffier when his stats are only a tiny bit better, or should I like save the coins up to buy somebody else or buy a super sub? Or there's not that many players, like there's not really anyone we can improve this team with other than an Icon or Suarez or Thiago Silva. That's like hundreds of thousands of coins. And if we did get Thiago Silva, I'm not sure how we would do the goalie. I think we need to get, not Thiago Silva, sorry, Sergio Ramos. We've already got Thiago Silva. Sergio Ramos for Varane. Oh yeah, that would work, because then Sergio Ramos would get a strong link to Alba, and then we could put someone who gets a strong link to Thiago Silva in goal. So that would be Trap. Yes, I think it's Trap. I'm going to double check because I'm having a brain fart. I'm pretty sure it is, and I'm pretty sure he is. Is he better than Ruffier? No, he most definitely is not. So that would be a bit of a step down. So we'd have to probably get Sergio Ramos and an Icon would be how we'd probably have to do it. So that's a lot of coins, basically, is what I'm saying. We've currently got 48,000, but we're going to get some coins from FUT Champs. And yeah, let me know what you think I should do. What should I be working towards next? Because I've kind of hit, like I was moaning about the fact that with my Premier League team, with my Bundesliga team, there wasn't really anyone to upgrade to. That didn't cost a fortune. I was moaning about my Premier League team because everyone does cost a fortune. Now we've basically got one of the best La Liga squads without going. It is the best La Liga squad before you start buying some stupidly expensive players. So do we just save up for the stupidly expensive players and get ourselves a Sergio Ramos, get ourselves a Messi or a Cristiano Ronaldo or something ridiculous like that? Maybe get that path to glory Varane and hope he gets an inform. Or do we buy inform Ruffier? That is the big question. That is the question. But as you can see, we got this. We even binned off Modric and brought in Kovacic, who is absolutely incredible compared to him. You can see he's got 19 goal contributions in 25 games, which is sick. When you compare that to Vass, he's got 67 and 101. And I absolutely love that guy. He's like one of my favourite centre mids on the game. Modric was doing absolutely nothing from centre mid. He's too slow. He's got no agility. He just feels sluggish on the ball, and he can't shoot to save his life. The reason I got Kovacic is his 83 shot power and 79 long shots compared to Modric's are just absolutely whack. And he's just so much better. I just love him. There we go, Kovacic, and he costs like half the price as well, so that was what we did. But for now, let's go to the highlights. Let's jump over. I'm going to watch along with you guys and show you what went on. So let's jump in. We joined my FUT Champs with 10 games left to go, 21 wins. I need 4 wins to get to Gold 1, and there is an outside chance 8 wins I need to get to Elite 3. Let's see how we get on. So, in we go into game number 1. We come up against the absolutely ridiculous team. This was the start of my Sunday session. Now, what a way to start it. prime Del Piero, Hullet, Henry, and of course a pause at the start of the game to change to 4-1-2-1-2, because it wouldn't be FUT Champs if they didn't pause the game right at the very start. But some beautiful footwork from Griezmann into Bakambu, and a very, very, very lucky penalty. 9 goal and basically doing nothing, and Bakambu just falling over in the 24th minute. But it's FUT Champs, I'm going to take it, and I just slotted it nicely down the middle, 4-1-0. Jonathan Vieira and Vass then getting involved. Back to Vieira, back into Bakambu. Bakambu around the corner. Griezmann gets a little bit lucky. Probably should have tramped it anyway, but I went for the finish. But it did end up being a tramp. And Vieira taps it in the back of the net. So that was half time. We were absolutely battering this guy. Like, it was, his team is insane, and we were destroying him. Like, he could barely touch the ball. We were just shot after shot after shot, and it wouldn't go in. But eventually, Bakambu went through, and he is literally... this guy, there's a rage quit first of all, that's our first game. Bakambu is literally the best striker on this game, in my opinion. That is one of the topics we're going to talk about in this video. So, spoilers, I've already said it. Also, spoilers, we play against another ridiculous team. This guy's got Prime Hernandez instead, and Player of the Month Sané instead. We play against some ridiculous squads. And oh, of course, he pauses it and changes to 4-1-2-1-2 with Sané and Hernandez up front. Gabriel Jesus centre mid, don't really know why, but whatever. Yeah, we've come to talk about who is the best striker on FIFA, and I'm pretty sure this Hernandez is probably one of them. And this Mui's probably on the best centre midfields, or Moi, or however you pronounce his name. You guys are telling me off for last time. He's really, really good, and this guy did go 1-0 up. We got a little bit lucky there with Jordi Alba getting it back to Vass, plays into Casemiro, into Bakambu's feet, 1-2 round the corner, and Bakambu isn't going to miss from there. Bottom bins past Begovic, and it's back to 1-0. Order was restored, and then it just carried on. I'd never felt better playing FIFA. I felt unbeatable, and Bakambu once again is in to score. Like I said, this video is going to be talking about who is the best striker on FIFA, and I personally, in my opinion, whilst Bakambu isn't the best striker on FIFA, it comes down to a lot of different stuff. Also, don't usually love conceding kickoff goals. When you work a beautifully scored goal to go 2-1 up, and then they just score straight from kickoff. Absolutely magical. Gotta love FIFA. But there's a lot of things that go into who is the best striker on FIFA. Be that their overall rating, how they play, what their pace is, their price, how well they fit into your team, how well they fit your style of play, whether they can track back and make a tackle, because apparently my defenders can't make a tackle. Also would be nice. But it varies for everyone, and there's loads of different points, and it all depends on your budget. But in my opinion, value for money wise, Inform Bakambu is probably the best striker on the game. Close second out of ones that I have used is Greasy Griezmann, who did pull it back and take us to extra time, and then this is the final penalty. Inform Vass tucking it away bottom right. The goalie went down the middle, and we went to win on penalties. So Bakambu as well was the one who made Griezmann's goal that it did take us to extra time. So he's just absolutely quality. We then come up against this team, which is all normal players in a bit of a weird formation, and Bakayoko playing camp. So I wonder what he's going to do. Oh yeah, he's going to pause it and change to 4-1-2-1-2 at the start of the game. This become a very, very big theme. And I did make a video on my main channel yesterday about the biggest problem with FIFA, or the biggest problem with FUT, or whatever way you want to say it. And it was matchmaking on FUT Champs, if you guys want to go and watch it and see what I have to say about that. But another one of them is, it does my head in, like, chemistry. It's not the biggest problem. It's just kind of annoying and a bit stupid. Like, it really doesn't bother me if people want to change their formation as soon as they kick the game off. Like, it did start to do my head in while I was playing these games, that every single game someone paused it and just changed the formation. But at the end of the day, like, looking back now, it really doesn't matter, like, does it? It's a very, very minor point. There's nothing wrong with the game. But I just feel like the chemistry system is pointless. Also, that Vieira is ridiculous. 10k, I know he's gone now, but if you guys did get him and you haven't put him in your team, do it. He's ridiculously good. That is a screamer and a half from him there to put me 2-1 up. But like I was saying, it doesn't bother me. Like, it doesn't really affect me. I just think chemistry is totally pointless. They either need to make it more strict so that you have to stick with the formation that you kick off with, or that you start with, like on FUT Draft. Because look at this guy's team. That is a perfectly viable team. His team's really good. Inform Alessandrini, Martial, Griezmann. But he paused at the start and changed to 4-1-2-1-2 anyway. Like, it just totally defeats the point of chemistry, in my opinion. There is while it doesn't bother me that they can do that, if everyone's going to do that anyway, just get rid of chemistry and we'll all build whatever teams we want. Or if you want chemistry to be in the game, make it more strict so you have to use chemistry. Like, it doesn't really matter, but it just started to tick me off that every single game someone paused it and changed it to 4-1-2-1-2. Just build a bloody 4-1-2-1-2 team in the first place. Anyway, like I was saying, the best striker on the game, Greasy Griezmann, is a very close second in my opinion. However, I'm sure there are other strikers that do cost a lot more coins that are better. And I'm actually going on FUTBin now to check Griezmann's price and see what he actually is. I think I paid like 225k for him. And according to FUTBin at the moment, he is 215. So he hasn't gone down in price that much, whereas this Bakambu I think costs about 95k, which is just ridiculous. That was a very nicely worked goal. Griezmann tucking that one away. Them two up front are just absolutely lethal. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, and I'm looking at this guy's team. He's also got Griezmann up front, and he's also got Pogba. That was in the 90th minute. This game was very, 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 very close. 90th minute, he could have scored with Pogba, and then we get an incredibly jammy break. Somehow, Bakambu kept the ball in, powers into the box, tramped to Griezmann, tramped to Werner on as a sub, and we took it away in the 90th minute. This guy was arguably one of the best people that I played all weekend league. His defending was unreal. I never felt too threatened of them going forward other than the 90th minute. The defence has just fallen apart, and we just happened to be very, very lucky that we were the ones. It was a very close game if you got a quick glimpse of them stats, that we were the ones who got the win. But that win did put us straight into Gold 1. 4 wins out of 4 to get the 4 wins that we needed for Gold 1 instantly. We still got 6 games left, and we need 4 more wins to get into Elite 3. So this is opponent number 5. Again, a pretty good team, but I was feeling reasonably confident. Like, it's not the most amazing team I've ever seen. He's got that informed Gabriel Jesus up front, who was a massive pain in the bum. But as you can see, he's got a pause queued because he forgot to do it at the start of the game. And he ended up changing to 4. Yeah, in fact, he scored before he even did it. Willian just breaking through my defence. Varane goes mental and is like, what are you doing? And I was like, Varane, you should have intercepted that, mate. But I probably should have changed to Varane and made him intercept it. So it was a little bit of dodgy defender for me. He changed to 4-2-3-1-2, the second variation of it, where you've got striker, cam, and left mid, right mid. And it was absolutely hell to play against. Hell to try and break down, and also hell because he had get in behind and push wide on his Gabriel Jesus, who is, again, arguably one of the best strikers on this FIFA. His normal card's like 50k, and I really don't like it that much. I don't see how much of a hype there is about it. But his inform is ridiculous, and that's a pretty ridiculous finish from Keita Balde. But yeah, all he did is he had his wingers set to get in behind, and his Jesus set to push wide and get in behind, and he just endlessly threw balled it down the line, and eventually they went in. But when you've got Bakambu, you can always get a goal back, and that was an absolute screamer from him into the top bins. We were then doing everything we possibly could. Like I said, Bakambu, best striker on the game. He's crazy. Get him. You're doing everything we possibly could. In fact, even subbing off Bakambu just because he wasn't on full fitness and bringing on... I was debating between Rodrigo and Son, but we went for Son. And to be honest, this game we probably should have won. This guy was playing an incredibly annoying formation, but he wasn't, and playing an incredibly annoying style of just endlessly through ball it down the line, but he was nowhere near as good as the guy that we just beat 2-1. But I just couldn't get the ball to go in the back of the net. We were passing it around loads, I was dominating the possession and trying to create chances, and then just doing silly things like that. Son was through on goal to have a clean shot on goal, and I ended up squaring it back to Vass, who got the shot blocked in. That was just story of the game. He sort of shut me down. I was trying to create decent chances. He literally had 2 shots the whole game, and both of them went in, but we didn't quite manage to get the win against them. Son got injured, which then prompted me to bring in my loan, Aubameyang. So shout out to whoever sent me all of these loan cards. You've obviously added me as a friend or whatever on Xbox, or a follower as it is, and then got into the catalogue and sent me all the stuff. Unfortunately, you can't gift coin boosts because the AFC's frozen at level 17. First of all, look at this guy's team. His team's mental as well. Inform, De Gea, Tolisso, De Bruyne, Jesus. Batshuayi is an interesting one. And again, this time I was like, oh, I'm impressed by this guy. He's not going to pause it. He's 4-3-1-2. Nah, he paused it. And I'm pretty sure I don't think did he change to 4-1-2-1-2-2, or did he change to a 4-2-3-1? At this point I was just annoyed and wasn't even bothered to check, because if you go into the player ratings before the game, you can actually see what formation they've changed to. But it's just starting to do my head in, and I just wasn't even bothered. I was just going to play against them. But he has a pretty sick team. He, of course, got that informed De Gea in his rewards, which is ridiculously lucky. And he managed to score. Oh no, he didn't manage to score a kickoff goal. He almost scored a kickoff goal, and we got very, very lucky from it. This was a ridiculously scrappy start to this game. And this guy is actually, to be fair to him, really good at FIFA. Which probably is why he got informed De Gea in his rewards. He probably finished like elite last month and got some stupid rewards. And here, watching this back annoys me so much. Just through ball, Griezmann, Andy, and you've scored a goal. He'd be through on goal, and I didn't. I tried to fanny around with Bakambu because maybe I was a bit overconfident and feeling really good about FIFA, and we somehow just about got away with it, but didn't properly clear the ball away. And when people do ball rolls and stuff like that, they're either incredibly good at FIFA or think they're really good at FIFA and end up being absolutely terrible, and you can just batter them. But I think this guy was really good at FIFA, and we were living on thin ice. We didn't clear the ball away from Tolisso. And Gabriel Jesus tucks it in for 1-0. So this guy was very, very good. And even with my ridiculous strikers, the two of the best strikers on the game in my opinion, the best striker value for money wise on the game in my opinion, I was struggling to score. Griezmann's definitely got the finesse shot trait, and that was his weak foot as well, which makes him ridiculous. So I did score, but I probably didn't deserve to. And I ended up losing the game 4-2 to cut a long story short. A 6-goal fest where I can't even remember what my second goal was, but I just got battered by the guy, to be fair to him. He was just really good. Jay Pakeman, fair play, mate. You are sick at FIFA. And he gave me an absolute, just a run around, basically. I just never felt in control of the game. Before that, I felt like I was playing the best FIFA that I've ever played on this account on FIFA 18. But in this game, I just got smashed. That was the long and short of it. That guy was just better than me at FIFA. All of the other 5 games, I did win 4 of them, and I'd lost 1, which I felt I should have won, or definitely could have won. But that one, yeah, he was just really good at FIFA. So I've stopped caring about the results, and this is why I think I've got a lot better. I've stopped being bothered about whether I won or not. So in that last game, obviously watching it back now, it's annoying to see that I didn't win. But at the time, I wasn't really bothered because I knew myself that I was just playing well, and it was fine. I'm playing good. I'm going to win other games. It's fine. And then I went for a break, and we come back and we play against the most ridiculous team of the weekend. Kante at striker, a bronze cam. Obviously, he paused it. It's just, like, at this point, I was beyond caring, like I said, and wasn't even bothered to check what their teams was. But I'm pretty sure I checked at the end, and he subbed on Aguero for that bronze. Played Aguero at striker. Next to, I don't even know. It's just stupid, isn't it? Like, he changed to 4-1-2-1-2, and it was just doing me head. And this game was properly doing me head because, look, I've called my centre-back short to pass in the ball. And this Tolisso's in front of my centre-back. How is that possible? Like, they aren't allowed within 10 yards. And he can still get in front of my centre-back, and I have to do this stupid little dink thing to get it away. And it did actually work, but this was my first game back after having a break and having some lunch. And I was properly getting annoyed, and I just really, really, really wanted to beat this guy. And it probably would have been detrimental if I didn't score that goal, which is actually really well worked. Griezmann with a drag back, cuts it across, Vieira around the corner, and Kovacic tucks it in. Because that sort of settled me down, and I was like, deep breaths, Andy. You can win. It's fine. You can do this. Just play normally, and it'll be absolutely fine. And then he went and did this. It's got the kickoff goal. So I was fuming again, but I just took a couple of deep breaths and remembered that it doesn't matter what the result is, as long as I play well myself. And that's what I started doing. Get very unlucky with Vieira not being able to get through there, but at this point we'd started to really get on top of this guy, and he couldn't get the ball out of his own area. Vieira round the corner into Bakambu, round the corner into Kovacic, who scores his second goal of the game. That is why we bought him. That is why we don't like Modric, because Kovacic is just so much better. So we went 2-1 up. Vieira again involved. Some quality defensive work, tracking back to pick up the ball. Meunier, nice. He's really strong, so you can do that stuff because you know he's not going to get pushed off the ball. Same with Vieira, he's really agile and he can just run around people. And we're just jockeying and we're playing really well. A back heel from Griezmann and Vass into the box. Tucks it bottom bins for 3-1 against this ridiculously designed team where he's gone all out to get as many stupid players in ridiculous positions as he possibly can. But in the end, we're beating him 3-1, and then we did get very, very lucky here. I literally just pressed square or X to clear it, and it ended up going to Griezmann, who got it to Bakambu, who being the guy that he is, cheekily dinks it over his goalkeeper. 4-1 in the 40th minute, and the guy went and rage quit. So we are still on for elite, which is beautiful. We do, I think, after losing both of them games, that we need to win every single game that we play. We come up against this guy who's got prime Overmars, but he started them at striker, which I was like, respect, mate, fair play. You haven't gone and put him left forward in a Kante at striker to change. Oh, no, okay, he's paused it anyway, and he's going to change the formation. So I thought that guy was actually just going to play with his team, but he ended up pausing it, changing the formation, and I think, do I go and check this, guys? I can't quite remember, but he goes for Prime Overmars and Martial at striker and Mkhitaryan at cam. If I was him, I would have, I suppose he wants Martial and Overmars on the pitch up front, and they're both left wings, so you'd have to play like 3-4-3 to get both of them in on full chemistry, and it'd just get all weird and funny. So he sacrificed a bit of chem for Overmars to get both of them up front. But luckily for me, he maybe wasn't quite as comfortable on the ball, is probably the best way to put it, as some of the people that I've played. We picked him apart, Bakambu in a 22nd minute, and he slots it. He's just not going to miss it. He's just too good. He is the best striker on FIFA, in my opinion. And here we go again. I forgot to mention to you guys before, I don't even know, did I accidentally delete the clip of it? Whenever I've been getting a corner, I've just been calling a man short and running it out for a goal kick. Deliberately, on purpose, every single time I get a corner, and I swear it made a massive difference this FUT Champs weekend for me. I just give them a goal kick. And you've seen I scored from his goal kick there. You're more likely to score from your opponent's goal kick by them kicking it out and your defender heading it straight back to one of your strikers than you are to score from your own corner. And you're also a billion times less likely. I concede more goals from my own corners than I score from corners, because the game is just ridiculous with counter-attacks. And as you can see, it's a testament to this game that this guy went 2-0 down in the 40th minute and thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try and score a kick-off goal, and if that doesn't go in, then I'll quit. He didn't quit at 2-0 because he was that sure, or he's that confident of the fact that he might score a kick-off goal, and it's 2-1 again, which it does make you question the competitiveness of FUT Champs when someone's basing whether they carry on or not on the fact that if they score a kick-off goal because they know how OP kick-off goals are. But that was the way it was. We got the victory anyway. It is fine. We've got 2 games left. We need to win both of them to get ourselves into Elite 3. And we come up against this ridiculously good Serie A team. And I was actually very impressed by the guy because he didn't pause to change formation. But I was also very annoyed by the guy. Well, not by him, by myself really, because how on earth did that not make... I don't know why I didn't just knock the pass that Kovacic got intercepted back to Meunier. And it was 1-0 very, very early on. And he was kind of trying to kill the game and pass it round. But again, like the last guy, he was better than the last guy. He was much better than the last guy. But he wasn't amazing at passing it around. And some beautifully worked football from me. Got Vieira in on goal, and he doesn't miss from there because he's a ridiculously good player. And we're back in the game in the 30th minute. What happened for me basically was me just dominating him. This sounds really arrogant, I suppose. And I've gone beyond the point of caring if I win or not, other than the overall results in FUT Champs. More just how well I've played. And I can 100% tell you guys, I played really, really well in this game. And it was just a case of when I scored, if not if. It was when, not if. We were in the 50th minute. We had like 40 minutes left to get a goal. And we were slowly wearing him down and breaking him down. And he just got DC'd. I don't think he rage quit. It was 1-1. I don't know why he'd rage quit. As you can see there, we got 61% possession. He had 6 pot shots, essentially, just like getting the ball and having a shot as soon as he possibly could because he couldn't get the ball off me. And we were just slowly working him down. I would bet a lot of money that we would have won that game, but we didn't get anything from it. And that is going to prove to be very, very telling in this FUT Champs run, because if I had to guess, that would have been a win. Like, I'm not just saying that because I want to be like, oh, this stupid system and stuff, because you can't give people wins when someone's DCing in a draw. Because, well, people are just, why can you not? I definitely thought a reason. As you can see, this guy's also changed to 4-2-3-1, which, when I seen that, I was crying inside because his team is sick. But you can't get given draws. You can't get given wins when you're drawing, simply because it just totally mess up the way the ladder works. But that is incredibly annoying way to concede. Ruffier in the 9th minute. Look at this. He just kicks it into the back of his own goal instead of just hoofing it away. So I was very, very annoyed. And then this guy literally just locked the game down and he just wouldn't let me play. I couldn't do anything. I think this is half time, as you guys are going to see in a second. He's had more possession than me. He's 4-2-3-1, playing defensive. So he's got his 4 defenders and his 2 CDMs in front of his goal at all time. And then trying to spring me on the counter-attack. And I just couldn't get anywhere near him. And I'm sitting here desperately trying to think. There was definitely a reason I thought of why rage quits when it's a drawing from the other person shouldn't be a victory to the person who's drawing. But I'm baffled as to what I thought of. I don't know. I really don't know. If you've got into like, if you're like after half time and someone rage quits on you or someone DCs on you and you're drawing, if as long as you're not losing, surely you should get a win. I don't know. But anyway, we carried on with this guy. We're now into the 70th minute. We subbed on Aubameyang, as you can see there. He slots in Bakambu, and we just couldn't get it to go into the back of the net. The odd time that it did manage to get through his defence and create a chance, I was either doing stupid stuff like this, where I seen Kovacic go to make a run, but then he stopped as a pass there, and Bakambu with the 1-2 got obstructed. I was just playing really badly. I think I was a bit annoyed about the other game where I didn't get a win, even though I'm saying I'm not bothered about the actual results in the game. I'm more just bothered about my overall results, but I knew at this point I needed to win every single game. I was trying to play well, but I just couldn't get the ball off this guy. He was really good at keeping the ball. Even when I thought I'd tackled him, I didn't tackle him and the ball wouldn't come to me. I think, do we try to nab off? Yeah, we nab off him with Jordi Alba, but then Kyle Walker gets it back again. This is in the 90th minute. He'd been running the clock down for like 10 minutes. We finally get it back. We're on a counter-attack with Aubameyang and he blows the whistle. So yeah. Unfortunately, we lost 1-0 to that ridiculous... He literally just shut the game out. He beat us 1-0 after that stupid goal that we conceded from Ruffier. And I was a little bit annoyed. And I am looking back a little bit annoyed at the fact that I lost. But I know on my hand on heart, I played really well this weekend. And as you can see, there's no point me showing you it. We went and won the final game, but it doesn't make a difference. We're still in Gold 1. We are 1 win away from Elite 3. So, a very good performance from me, especially on the Sunday, which is, in my opinion, far, far harder than Saturday. So did I go? I went 7-3 on the 10 games on Sunday. If I can do that on Sunday, I should be going 9-1 on the Friday. And even just, if I'd have played that other guy, or if that other guy hadn't have got a DC, if his internet hadn't gone off or got booted off the EA servers or whatever it was, and I didn't play the guy with the 4-2-3-1, Andy can't play against the team, maybe it would have been 8-2, and we would have got into Elite 3. Maybe if I didn't get annoyed and play that final... No, to be fair, the final game where, before I took a break, game number 5, I just got battered. That guy was just really good at FIFA. I can't argue about that. And then the other one, it swings and roundabouts. That's the way FIFA goes. I won that game 2-1 where I scored a 90th minute tramp goal. So I can't complain too much. I feel like I played really well this weekend, and I feel like I could definitely get Elite next week. And we've gone from like just about getting Gold 2 to improving all the way up to almost getting into Elite in a few weeks, just from grinding out and actually playing properly and being confident in my own ability to play passes and not panicking in FUT Champs. That was the biggest thing. Once I stopped being bothered about the result and stopped being nervous to lose and just make sure I play well myself and base it on that, I started playing really, really well. So next week we will get Elite. That is where we're going to leave this video for now. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Like I said, comment what you think we should do to upgrade the team from now. Where should we go from this point? I was thinking maybe drop Griezmann back to Cam and spend 500k on Luis Hernandez's icon to go up front, or maybe buy ourselves a Peter Schmeichel to go in goal for like, or a Van der Sar for like 240k or something like that to go in goal, and then we can do whatever we want with Varane and maybe get ourselves Sergio Ramos or something further down the line. I'm not too sure. Let me know down in the comment section. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.